Hi, I'm Vicki Mates. I'm a park ranger here in Yosemite National Park, and over the years I've taken the opportunity to hike many of the trails that Yosemite has to offer. Today what I'd like to do is tell you a little bit more about some of the moderate hiking opportunities that exist in Yosemite Valley. Now, while I'm telling you about these opportunities, keep in mind that the glacially carved Yosemite Valley is wide and flat with steep granite walls, which lends itself nicely to easy hikes that are on the valley floor or difficult hikes that travel right up the granite walls. Moderate hikes are a little bit more challenging to find, but I think I have 3 recommendations that you'll enjoy. The first trail that I'd like to tell you about is of the long and flat variety, the Yosemite Valley Floor Loop Trail. You can begin this trail either at Camp 4 or at the chapel. And at its full length, the footpath for this trail is about 13 miles long. However, if you're looking for a 6.5-mile trail, you can cut across the bridge at El Capitan, and it makes for a nice 2.5 to 3.5 hour loop. As you hike along this trail, you'll get wonderful views of the Merced River, of meadows in the valley, as well as icon park formations such as El Capitan, Half Dome, and Yosemite Falls. Even on a busy summer day in the valley, you can find solitude along this trail, as it's one of the least traveled trails in Yosemite Valley. Another important thing about this trail is to check at the visitor center for trail conditions. Depending on the season, there may be high water or snow, which makes it difficult to get across certain areas of the trail. Another moderate hiking option from the valley is the Mist Trail to the Vernal Fall Footbridge. You can begin this hike at Shuttle Stop 16 at the Happy Isles Nature Center. This mostly paved trail is short and steep. It ascends 400 feet in elevation, and the round trip is about 1.5 miles. As you're hiking, you'll be ascending alongside the Merced River and delighted by views and sounds of the Merced River as it cascades downward. Because of this, the Mist Trail is one of the most popular hiking trails in Yosemite Valley, so be prepared for some company along the way. Once you reach the Vernal Fall Footbridge, you'll be rewarded with a view of Vernal Fall as the Merced River leaps over 300 feet off a granite cliff. If you're feeling more ambitious and you want to continue past the Vernal Fall Footbridge, a series of granite steps will take you up alongside the Merced River and Vernal Fall until you reach the top of the waterfall. Last but certainly not least is the Upper Yosemite Falls Trail. It's one of the oldest hiking trails in the valley, dating back to the 1870s, and it has a longer hiking season than most of the other trails in Yosemite Valley because of its location on the north side of the valley. It gets more sun exposure, even in the shorter days in winter. The Upper Yosemite Fall Trail makes its way to the top of Yosemite Falls. However, for a more moderate hike option, you may choose just to do the first mile or 1.5 miles to get to Columbia Rock and maybe a little beyond. You can begin this trail at Camp 4. From there, you'll travel a series of switchbacks up about 1 mile and 1,000 feet in elevation gain until you get to Columbia Rock. Columbia Rock has fantastic views across the valley and into the valley, where you can see meadow, forest environment, Sentinel Rock, as well as a beautiful view of Half Dome. If you feel up to it at this point, I would strongly recommend that you travel 3 or 4 more switchbacks, and you'll be rewarded with some very welcome flat hiking and downhill hiking. until you can see a glorious view of Upper Yosemite Fall, sometimes with a rainbow across the bottom. For a special treat in winter, travel up the trail in early morning. As the sun hits the granite walls alongside Upper Yosemite Fall, you'll see and hear ice sheets come crashing down, forming the snow cone at the base of Upper Fall. The Upper Yosemite Falls Trail to Columbia Rock is the right choice for you if you're looking for something on the strenuous side of the moderate hiking category. The switchbacks are quite challenging, but the view from Columbia Rock is well worth the effort. Hiking in Yosemite is a popular and worthwhile activity. For your safety, make sure you always take plenty of water, snacks, a good trail map, and extra clothing in case the weather changes suddenly. Hope to see you on the trail.